Welcome to The Bucket List Show, the show with a focus on community, travel, housing, and local experiences here on the Treasure Coast and beyond, so you can fill your bucket to live your most abundant life. And now here's Tammy Crandell and Rebecca Denise.
Hello, everybody. This is Rebecca Denise. I am a co-host of The Bucket List Show. I am here today. We have a great show planned. As a reminder, I am Rebecca from Barron Real Estate. I do property management and new construction. My co-host is with me via satellite today in Tampa, and that's Tammy Crandell from Joint Adventure Tours and Travels. She's also with Barron Real Estate today. So we created the show for the intention so we could serve you so you could fill your bucket to live your most abundant life. And your bucket is going to be different than mine, same with Tammy. But the idea is that we wanted people to be engaged. We want to share good content in a nice platform. So today we have a good show for you, and I'm going to let Tammy take it and see where we go.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. I appreciate us working to try this experiment by doing it remotely. So thank you for that, and the producers of the show. We have some fun content. I'm actually here in Tampa. This is just an example of some of the things we do as an agent in travel. And that is we educate ourselves so that we can provide great product and service to our clients, always doing things to educate ourselves. So the real topic today is going to be about about spring break planning for spring break. So are you a parent or a grandparent? Do you have the kiddos as a grandparent busy for at least part of the time? Have you considered cruising? Well, let's talk about that. Rebecca?
Perfect. Thank you, Tammy. So again, Tammy's in Tampa, so if there's a little delay or things like that, we're just going to go with it. So Tammy, what is the value of a cruise for a family?
Well, I mean, the value of that is food, shows, drinks, games, activities. A little bit of something for everybody. There's just a plethora of things to choose from, and whether you have an infant, grandbaby, or child with you, you've got multi generations of travel. There's just so much that can be done on a cruise ship, and it could be an economical trip on top of that. So that's what creates that value. Everybody's picky, is my experience. So you want to make sure that you have an option or options to choose from. And that's for everyone, whether they're 4 years old or they're 84 years old. They've got some great things to choose from.
So the picture that we're seeing on screen, what ship is that, Tammy? It was a beautiful ship with pools, and do you have the name of that ship that you shared?
That is one of my, yes, it's one of my favorite ships. I do. It's Harmony of the Seas. Harmony of the Seas is an Oasis class ship. She is one of my favorites, filled with wonderful neighborhoods on board. Such as the boardwalk or, Central Park, theaters, whether it's an aqua theater or main stage theater. What you're looking at now is what we call the Lime and Coconut. It's actually on the pool deck or the Lido deck that you're looking at now as part of the aqua theater. They actually do shows that are 3 stories high. They dive. Wow. It's a diving show. And not just a diving show, but all kinds of acrobatics. They go underwater, out of the water, over your head, throughout the whole theater outside. It's amazing.
Oh, that's wonderful for a family. At least they get a bigger option on everything. So what's the convenience for people in the Treasure Coast to take a tour? To take a cruise, the convenience of Treasure Coast.
The convenience Well, we are very fortunate here in Florida. That's a great question. And that we are surrounded with multiple ports in the state of Florida. And predominantly on the Treasure Coast, we have great access to 3 ports that come to mind. So we're talking Port Canaveral, which is, up on the Space Coast, as well as Port Everglades, which is Fort Lauderdale, and of course the Port of Miami. All of these ports are within at least a 2-hour radius.
Right, and that makes it great. I know when I went on a cruise, my daughter and son-in-law had to fly here, but obviously I was here and then I got to the port. What is the best way, though, to get to the ports?
Wow. I think it's all preferential. You obviously have the option to drive yourself to the port. There are many places you can park at the port, for so much per day. But there are also, parking areas like Park and Go, where you can pay for a lesser cost. They're pretty nice. Fort Lauderdale's got a great one, Park and Go, where you can park there, and they provide transfers to the port within a matter of 10 to 15 minutes. They provide excellent service there. I'm a bit partial. I've taken limousines down to the Port of Miami. That's a lot of fun.
You're spoiled.
And you actually, your vacation feels like it starts. You even get, you've got your drinks and your snacks in the limo, and it's just a great way to kick off your vacation and even, complete your vacation on the way back. So I'd highly recommend doing that. It's a great way to do something posh for yourself and really escalate your vacation just a little bit higher if you have the means to do that. And then another way is actually consider using Brightline. Here in the Treasure Coast, you could, actually park in West Palm and leave your car there in that space in West Palm, and then travel the Brightline down to either Fort Lauderdale or Miami, one of those ports.
Nice. If you use the Brightline, do they charge you to park your car there? Do you know by chance?
Sometimes they do, but periodically they have done packages with some of the cruise lines where they'll provide you either a discount or even a no-cost parking option. That tends to be a promotional thing. So I would say definitely if you're considering using the Brightline as an option, to check that out. There are ways that you can do that. I love the fact that you can check your bags even on Brightline, so you're not drawing everything inside.
Right.
And it's a great way to kind of sit back and relax and enjoy the train ride. You're not fighting traffic. That's always the biggest thing for me, especially when you're going out of the Port of Miami and traffic is pretty tough. So, if I can avoid driving myself to the Port of Miami, at all costs I do.
Yeah, we did drive, and it was easy enough. We had, everybody was in the van and our luggage, and it seemed seamless. We just kind of parked and got in line, and once we got close to the ship, they took our luggage and checked it in, and that was easy. And it was March of 2020, right before COVID completely hit. So we lucked out with that as well. So that part was good. So I think
a lot of sorry, go ahead. A lot of the ports have done a great job. Some of the garages are directly across from port openings. I know that Royal Caribbean has a wonderful port parking area in Miami, which has made it so much easier than it used to be in the past. So they definitely have fine-tuned that.
Yeah, and the start of the vacation just kind of sets the tone. So it was easy. We got there, and the minute you crossed to get into the ship, the fun already started. So it is a great, and it really was an inexpensive trip. I had my whole family, and it worked out really great. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back with some more exciting things, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Dr. Stephen Tate offers the safest and most efficient technique for customized cataract surgery. Patients are personally counseled on the best approach for their needs and lifestyle. From multifocal lenses that allow for distance and reading vision to toric lenses that correct astigmatism, let New Vision Eye Center guide you safely through your options. For world-class eye care on the Treasure Coast, visit newvisioneyecenter.com.
At Compass Pest Control, we focus on killing pests where they live and breed by terminating them outside your home or office before they can get in. Hi, I'm Chris Hudman, co-owner of Compass Pest Control. We prevent roaches, ants, and other pests from getting inside with a proactive approach. We don't stop there. We also offer lawn and plant health programs. And we'll never sell you something you don't need. At Compass Pest Control, our prices are competitive, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Get a free estimate. Visit compasspests.com.
Is owning a home your goal? With the rising cost of rent, you could be saving a lot of money by owning your own home. At Caliber Home Loans, we can help make home ownership a reality. Meet with us for a free consultation and get on the right path to buy the home of your dreams. For Caliber, home loans is all we do. We use local appraisers and offer a variety of loan options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Call us today, 844-GO-CALIBER, license number CHL15622, Caliber Home Loans, TreasureCoast.com.
Waves Auto Spa, known as Vero's fastest and finest. A car wash known for their quality equipment and attention to detail by a friendly and courteous staff. Waves offers soft cloth technology, and a top-notch detail center will help preserve the value of your car. Waves now offers windshield chip repair, and in most cases, it doesn't cost you a dime. Spend less time and get a better quality experience for you and your car at Waves Auto Spa, US 1 Vero Beach, across from Kmart Plaza. Open 7 days a week.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Rebecca Denise. I am the host of the Bucket List Show. I am with Tammy, and we're going to continue our focus on the Royal Caribbean, ships, that what they have to offer. But before I forget, I just want to say a big shout out to my daughter, Amanda Caldwell, and Chase Caldwell. Today is their 5-year wedding anniversary. So I love you, baby girl. So Tammy, I had to just throw that in. She came to visit me for a couple days, and now she's actually over on your area, and she's going to go to Anna Marie Island and then Honeymoon Island.
Oh,
and that was a big thank you to you because you shared.
That's fun.
So that'll be good. So
she'll love it. She will absolutely love it.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Tell me about your favorite ship. We talked a little bit before, but what is your favorite ship, and should I? How do people pick favorite ships?
Well, I mean, I think it's really understanding what it is that you like to do when you're on a ship. And Harmony really, surprisingly for me, turned out to be a favorite. I do like Royal Caribbean's mid-sized ships like Freedom of the Seas or Independence, but surprisingly, Harmony has so many fun things to offer. Wonderful Broadway shows. For example, Grease is the Broadway show on Harmony of the Seas. The Aqua Theater show, which, like I said, was just phenomenal. And I love the fact that it's open air, it's out on the ocean. It just makes for a very different experience. And of course, so many food choices, the varieties of things. You know, I'm a person who likes to sample and taste a variety of different things. So that's always fun for me as a foodie. The Comedy Club, karaoke bar. They have within the ship this thing called the Rising Tide Bar, and it goes from floor to floor every hour. Spotlight karaoke is always fun. I'm one of those closet karaoke girls. So you can get on the ship and actually be a star. And what's fun is, you know, if you sing and you, whether you sing well or you don't sing well, you end up a star for the time that you're on the ship. People recognize you. It's kind of fun. Game shows for the family, as well as game shows for adults, such as the Love and Marriage game show, which is absolutely hilarious. The kids clubs on board are split up in specific and appropriate age groups, and the people who take care of the children on board are just amazing. 4-year degree, really specialists in their area. So not just babysitting, it's about having activities that can to the children too.
Right, and that's important because if you're going to go as a family, obviously health and safety is a factor. So you do want them to be secure. So I have a quick question on that bar that goes on every floor. It's like an elevator. The floor goes up, or did I misunderstand that?
Yes. Yes. No, you absolutely understood it. Like every hour on the hour, it goes up the floor and then it down the floor. Like I said, it's called the Rising Tide Bar. And so its top floor actually ends up coming out in the middle of Central Park, which is,
perfect.
kind of an open air area within the belly of the ship.
How neat is
Kind
that?
of a neat experience to have. And, so you can start in one and go up in the other.
So I know there's, so you've already shared a few things that are different about this ship. I definitely like the family care. I like that bar. It looked like it had a few different pools and swimming areas.
It does. And it has this wonderful set of water slides called the Perfect Storm. It's like 3 sets of water slides. It's fun if you want to race your friends, down the slide area. You can literally start at the same time. You'll notice in the picture here where you're side by side and then you're zooming to the bottom. It really is quite thrilling. One of them is completely. The other, you can actually see outside part of the tubes. It was really a ton of fun. One almost looks like a giant, bowl that you kind of slide through. So that's always fun, and unless you get stuck on the side, which is what happened to me. And, you're kind of like inching your way down there. It was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, no.
Makes for a fun memory.
Going down slides are over. My luck, I'll get stuck or break and I'll fly off to the ocean. So not for me. So if I wanted to book a cruise, should I do it individually or do it group?
We're going to have to change that.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going down a slide.
Well, I mean, if you, sometimes there are advantages. Sometimes there are advantages to doing it as a group. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go with a group. But what that does mean is there could be group pricing out there that is planned around times of high season, such as spring break, which is what we talked about at the beginning of the show. That's not the only time that there is group pricing available. There can be advantages to you, but the important thing is when you work with an agent or a consultant like myself, we dig and we look for those things for you. We're going to find the best pricing, the best value, best placement on the ship for the money that you have to spend. You work hard for your money. We want to make sure that that investment is applied for you properly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so if I was going to do a trip, this may be a silly question. So if I wanted that ship, then obviously I have to go where that ship goes. So do people decide by the ship or the location or both?
Sometimes a little of both. It depends. In this particular case, the last picture that came up was actually from Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And not all ships necessarily have that built into their itinerary. That is one of Royal Caribbean's private island destinations, and it really is a destination in its own right. It has a thrill water park that you can participate in. There's a slight upcharge for that.
That looks great.
But there's so much to do on that island, even if you don't. So that can be a lot of fun for people. That's another part of it. You see the little thing in the middle. That's the thrill water park. But there are pools and beaches.
Yeah, well, that would be great. You get off the ship, you get to walk. A nice family excursion. So that does look nice. So what else did we miss? So tell us what you're doing today. So you're in Tampa and you're at a convention for travel, correct?
Yes, I'm at what's called CCRA's Power Solutions. And it really gives us a chance to get in and get to know many of the vendors or get to know our vendors better. So we can have better ways to service you with the suppliers that have been vetted and are A-rated. So that way, whether you're choosing to take a cruise or you're choosing to take a land tour, any of those things, whether it's stateside or over in Europe, up in Alaska, maybe in Hawaii, any of those areas. We've got a lot of great providers here today. Just before I came on air, we were meeting with, for example. So there's a lot of cool things that you could do in Anchorage. So
Nice. So we have a few minutes late, but for them to plan the spring break cruise, I can't even believe we're talking about spring break of 2023. In Florida, to me, it's just always summer, so I forget that we're actually going into, September or October. How should they get in touch with you?
right. Certainly, you can reach out to me. That my best number is our business number, 772-882-3165. Or you can also instant message us on Facebook at Journey Venture Travel and Tours. It's a great way to be able to reach us. Via phone, you can text us, call us, and certainly leave us a message. We always call our clients back. Fortunately, we are a busy agency, so we want to make sure that if you have an interest, that you have a way to reach out to us, and that we'll return your call.
Good. And how much time frame do people need real quick if they're going to plan something in March? Should they start now? Should they reach out now and just start poking around?
I would strongly suggest it because, I don't know if you realize this, but, we just came out of a pandemic over the last 2 years, and people are really eager to travel.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. In case you didn't know, people are really eager to travel today, so they're planning farther in advance, and the ships really are starting to fill up. And so if you want to get a good deal, you want to have an opportunity to choose your place on the ship. What floor you're on, location, best staterooms, and also competitive pricing. I would encourage you certainly reach out sooner rather than later. Because you're not always going to get the best deal at the last minute, and especially during spring break week.
Yeah, and I think, for me, I think it's easiest to plan. Last minute's great, but I think it would be easy to plan. My last question, what considers a group? Is it 2 or more, or what is considered a group?
Well, typically on the type of ship that we were discussing earlier with Royal Caribbean, groups typically qualify as 8 staterooms or more.
Okay.
So if you have a family that is intending to go together, it looks like we still have an opportunity to put groups together, which sometimes results in additional amenities.
Perfect.
And just make sure for us to place everybody together. So, certainly reach out to us. We would love to help.
Perfect. So I think we're getting towards the end. So thank you for sharing all that. I'm so happy that it worked, off-site in Tampa, and I'm here in Vero Beach. So it worked. So now we could go on a cruise ship or do something different so we could do it. So again, I am Rebecca Denise from Barron Real Estate. I focus on property management and new construction. Tammy is the co-host. To get a hold of me, my best number is 203-482-7297. Our intention again is to share information so you could live your most abundant life. I mean, we want to encourage people to do that. So, please do that. Watch us. Thank you for being part of the show. And again, no boxes. So stay tuned for next week. Tammy, is there anything that you want to say last minute? We got a minute or so.
Okay. Well, we talked about advanced best price value, finding the best areas of the ship. Just kind of a nugget. And that is, as an agency, it doesn't cost extra to use us. So,
Nice.
Let us help you. Let us, let your vacation start from the moment that we take over the vacation.
Yeah.
Because you can get dizzy searching and trying to find the best price and the best value and the best room. So don't make yourself crazy. Rely on the expert who does it,
Yep. I agree.
and then that way your vacation starts now and it feels like vacation.
Perfect. Okay, everyone, be kind. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you for the producers for letting us do this. So have a great day, everybody. And Amanda, I love you,
Thank
baby
you.
girl. Bye-bye.